Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Gen V Season 2 review series. I am the bathed Travis Snail. I'm joined by.
The exploratory toy, Taylor Field.
Oh my god. So yes, we're back to talk about some soups madness going on with Gen V. Obviously, we'll go back. We reviewed the last two episodes. Lots of other reviews on the feeds right now. Peacemaker's still happening. Lots of good stuff on the Patreon right now. Both the Tron movies, getting ready for Tron Ares. We just reviewed White Man Can't Jump. There'll be Bike Riders. There'll be a Halloween retro. There's lots of good stuff happening on Patreon as well. Then you got Travis Told You twice a week. You got Side Quest. You got a bunch of other stuff. Tons of things happening. So everything you need to know is down below. A big shout out to our Patreon producers who, as a reminder, if you've not voted, it's very close right now, the polls. It's one of those where a vote or two would swing it. So definitely want to go vote on those for the Halloween retrospective. But thank you to Patreon producers Aaron Braden, April Darkness, Jack Grant, Sam, Superbad, Mike, God Loves Me 69, Jim Renner, Charlie Randall, Cocktail Clay, John No H, and Sam Green. So go vote on that so we can know what we're reviewing here. So yeah, lots of good stuff. We very much appreciate it. And then most importantly, November 8th is our Extra Life charity stream. We're starting at 10 a.m. PST. Oh, I didn't even think about this, Taylor. Every year when we've done that, oh, we're going to finally do a stream where there's no daylight savings time. That always messes with us, remember?
We should have done this a long time ago because doing the change up, putting it on the weekend where it's a long weekend and we get a holiday after, like it just makes perfect
Do we
sense.
get a holiday after?
Yeah, it's Remembrance Day.
Yeah. Mm, yeah, but on the. Wait a second. Hey, where's my count here? It's on the Tuesday, though. So it's not a long weekend for
Oh,
everybody.
usually then work usually bumps it the stat to Monday though.
Is that
I
true?
think. I think.
I'm
Oh,
gonna
this
hold you to
this year has
that.
been full of Tuesday holidays. It's
Yeah,
really
they love
fucked
hitting us
up.
with the Tuesday. I'm gonna hit that. I'm gonna say Taylor told me that it's supposed to be on the Monday, but yeah, that would be maybe we'll have to look in that be idea. But yeah, that's the charity stream. Tons of events. I don't know the number of events yet. It will be going live. I meant to today, but today was very, very busy. So soon, everything by this weekend. The links, where to donate, the shirts. There's 3 shirts this year, the most ever. All the proceeds, if you want to buy a shirt, those donations go to Extra Life. All the proceeds, if you donate directly, are tax deductible. This goes towards helping families, whether it's caregiving, surgeries, transplants, everything like that, the post after. So we very much appreciate it. It helps kids here in BC. Everything is there as far as the information. If you want to go look on the page once it's up there, I should get a link eventually. But yeah, trying to raise money, trying to raise 2,500. We've, which is crazy because I looked into it this year. I'll announce it at some point, but we've raised like $18,000 over these past few years. So let's see if we could get to, if we
Oh,
could do 2,000, we could hit that 20K mark. So
oh, it's
that'd
got to
be,
happen.
yeah, that'd be fantastic if we could do that. And if you can't donate, we understand. Sometimes times are tough. You got things going on. We would just appreciate the day of. Share the link, like it, go in the chat. If people don't know, all that stuff helps. It helps with algorithms, push it to people. And hopefully the day, it's going to be a different day. So hopefully, maybe not as many people are streaming. Come check us out. And yeah, tons of fun. Some events you know, some events you don't know. Going to be a good time. So, Taylor Field, what did you think of this episode? Episode 5. Some I'd say some big stuff going on. Lots of revelations because what? There's only 3 episodes left after this, so I feel like we're starting to already heat up a bit here. We're yeah, no, there's only 3 episodes left after this.
Yeah, so this episode, yeah, it had some developments. It had some interesting push forwards here, and then the other downside that I'll say is that some things were just way too uh, expected, anticipated, or just repetitive. I feel like, and this isn't a spoiler when it comes to Cypher as a character, they make you think like, oh, our characters are doing this, but now it's just every week it's just a constant like Cypher knows what's going on. Oh, we're ahead of the game. Oh, da 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 da. Like he's always on top of things, and they always make like a big point, like oh, like whether it's this character engaging with
Oh yeah.
Cipher or this character doing this, it's like oh well, we can expect it now because he's always on top. So I'm hoping that maybe they kind of like subvert your expectations with that soon, because he can't always come out on top. But I guess we'll see. But some things are just like predictable in this episode. But that being said, I do enjoy one arc. Uh, um, I was apprehensive, but once we kind of got into it and just massaged it a little bit, I was like, okay, yeah, I'm actually like I'm jiving with this story and this character in particular. So I'm definitely interested to see where we're gonna go, because as far as the main like secret background narrative is going on, the main heavy hitter, they alluded a little bit more to that. And they kind of gave us, they didn't really give us an answer on one thing. They showed us a bit more, but they didn't give us any insight as to what's really going on with it. But there were a couple surprises, though, in this episode that were definitely welcomed in the greater world of the boys, I'll say. So, yeah.
Yeah, no, I really enjoy this episode. I think this might be my favorite of the season so far. Not that's like, oh, it's on the best television. It's the one I enjoyed the most. I think stakes are going really high fast, which is good. I still question. I guess it's like we've talked about before that maybe season 3 could kind of be like an epilogue, you know, kind of end like closing off some chapters here with the school or restarting it. But especially some of our characters, especially Cypher. It's not spoiling anything. 'Cause it's not like he dies in this episode. He's starting to act in a way where I guess we'd have to see what happens at the end of the season. I just feel like he can't not be in the boys, like the threat they're starting to make him be. And obviously, the answer to that is maybe we just kill him off the season, and that's how you close it. But I'd very much like that not to happen because I've said before, Midnight Mass. There's other stuff, but I'm a big Hamish Linklater fan, and I think his character I'll say his performance of the character is really fun to watch because I think he does such a good job of being apathetic and then also coming off as very powerful, but then also coming off as very threatening at the same time with like a hint of comedy. I think he's just so great and runs the gamut of all these different emotions. So I think he does a really good job. And anytime he's on screen, I'm always intrigued to go, okay, how is this going to play out? What are they going to do in the scene? How's he going to up and somebody? And like you said, I think eventually that will be the big moment where something happens where people get the better of him. But they're making him out to be a big threat right now, and I'm really enjoying that. I'm enjoying the things. Finally, I think they've chosen a road with the Kate character, and I think this was a good starting to build it because I think again, minor spoilers, that I feel since the end of season 2, they've gone back and forth, and I don't think in a good way of, okay, is this character going to be on the bad side or going to be on the good side? And I think it was not done in like, oh, it's a gray area. I think it was done in a messy way where it's like, I couldn't understand this character's motivations one way or another. I think they've finally picked a path now, and I hope they stay on that. And it's not perfect, but I think this is better and works well. I think there's some good dynamics with the characters. A big reveal at the end for just one of our characters in like a really fucked up moment. So, yeah, I'm very curious what's gonna happen next week. I guess I got some predictions, but I don't want to say in the spoilers. But yeah, we saw other layers of VOD going on here. So no, I thought this was a really good episode. I really enjoyed this one. This flew by, and I'm very excited for next week. And yeah, I think I can't remember season 1 all the way, but I think season 1, I remember the first half of the season was really rocky. I think there's some stuff in the season that has been clunky, but not as much. So I think I can so far say that I have enjoying it more so far. So yeah, I think that's where I'm going. But yeah, what is anything else non spoilers?
Nope.
Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back right after this ad break. And we are back. So what do you want to start with, Taylor Field?
Oh my goodness. Guess we'll start off simple here. We'll start off with the guy.
I caught him off guard. He's asking me about Gen V. Oh no, what do I do?
I think that we'll start off with I can't remember his name, but the boy, his brother died. He's going to see his parents. Sam, thank you. Yeah. So Sam's going to see his family. Which, curveball. We get to learn a little bit more about his history. The parents thought he died. Parents tried to visit him when they saw he was alive, and they weren't allowed into the school, weren't allowed to see him, all that kind of stuff. So there's definitely a lot going on there, and I like where it ended up with him kind of making peace with his parents. I honestly thought how it was going to go, though, was he was being reported by the mom, Vought's going to come, take him to Elmira, and then you're going to have the whole
remember
crew
X2,
together.
right? Do you remember X2? With Bobby and Rogue when they go to visit his family, and then his family calls like the police because he's a mutant. I know you're not a big fan of those.
I remember that. Yeah.
So it felt like a play on that because same thing. Like, oh, no, I was hoping that wasn't the case, but I guess she was just legitimately ordering a pizza. I guess
we'll never know because a fucking phone just.
Yeah. Well, I think we know because he pushed that, and they still wanted to make good. But yeah, I think that's where we talked about at the beginning of the season where Sam. I was very. I was just wondering what they're gonna do with this character, and I thought he was gonna still be the reason they got out of the prison. Obviously, we'll talk about that. We're in spoilers territory, but I thought he was gonna finally have a moment and be like, I gotta help my friends. Maybe that's still coming, but I did really enjoy it because we already know. I don't think it's anything new to learn like, oh, Vought would do this terrible stuff where they're doing experiments on this kid and they say he's dead and then they bring him back and don't let the parents, like this all tracks for Vought stuff. But I think what the difference is in the boys, I think we see those characters so far removed from that, right? Like Homelander talks about his childhood traumas. I'm not gonna say he's over that, but he's already the man that he's become, and that's the way he's gonna be. I'd say the only character that's close to this probably is maybe Ryan, his son, where it's like that's a character who's young and impressionable, and he's being pulled both ways. So with Sam, I think it's the same way as far as he has a bunch of his life blanked out now with his memory and with his family because he's like, oh, you don't have anything of from I'm a teenager or this, like, well, we thought you were dead. There was nothing to keep. And I like that the mom just seemed nervous about the situation, and at the end she explained herself. I wasn't enjoying the just kind of stereotypical route of, oh my god, my son's a freak. Like, I get that, we see a lot of that, but I feel like I buy that less now, especially in the world that they've set up where soups are like running stuff. You wouldn't have I feel like people wouldn't feel that about their kid unless they did something bad. And obviously Sam has done some bad things, but it's not to his control, which I like to explain that, hey, you had a mental illness and we thought we did this so you could have so it could maybe help you, where tons of other parents just did experiments on their baby just to see or get some money, like just for whatever reason. At least this kind of gave them a reason that I could believe in of being a good parent, of you're wanting to try and help. Maybe it was the bad decision at the end, but no, I think everything was great. The look backs and seeing all the photos, seeing the wall with their heights. And I think it endured the Sam character a lot to me, as far as last season, even the first few episodes just made him like, okay, he's on the bad side now, but it showed how messed up he is of a character, and lots of it's not his fault. So now it's just a question though of how can you help this character, right? Because obviously Kate was just nulling his mind. You don't exactly want to just do that all the time. I'm not sure if it's if there's some Gen V antidepressants like in our world, but I did really like everything. I like the dynamic with him and the dad, and so yeah, I'm interested to see. I feel like he is gonna come back to the good side. Now it's just gonna be a question to see if Emma and him will reconnect or if she's moved on. I don't know.
That's something too I would have liked to have seen a little bit more play out with just how Kate and him just were against humans.
Yeah.
At the end of that first season, we really didn't get anything expanding upon that. I mean, the only thing we got is that storyline that you were enjoying so far, where you have that muffin stand, coffee stand lady just dealing with this,
which is kind of gone
whatnot.
now. That happened in episode 3, and
Yeah.
I guess it's only 2 weeks, but I thought that was going to be a bigger.
You were thinking,
story.
oh, Emma and her were going to be a thing, but
yeah, but even then too, you said her and this guy.
Did you see it in this episode?
Yeah, but
like that.
It came off as awkward because to me they were playing like they had no chemistry, because it looked like she was almost like waiting for him to kiss her, and he's like, okay. But like they kind of played him off as a doofus a little bit. So I still
he's a shy kind of
No, I don't think he was shy. I think he was like he didn't get it. So I don't think he's the end game. I think there's still some.
There's shy men out there, It's it happens. I think
there's shy, and then there's doofus, and I think he was coming off kind of doofusy. That's what I'm saying.
We'll have to see. We'll have to see, because
yeah,
it's gonna time out well. I got a little side tangent here, because Emma told him to go see Polarity if you don't hear back from us, which he's not going to. Now he's going to catch Polarity having this seizure or the stroke, so that's going to time out well and probably save Polarity's life.
Yeah.
But no, I think them not focusing on the narrative of Kate and Sam hating on these humans and whatnot, it would have been nice to get a little bit more expansion on that. But it is what it is, and it's. Here we are. I mean, Kate's definitely turning around, and if she wasn't before, I mean, the fact that they all got locked up trying to save her is definitely going to sway Kate to their side for sure. So
they did kind of the sacrificial play thing where it's even Emma didn't really want to do it, but still, hey, if we're all going to go down, we're going to go down with the ship. I think the good thing, that's where to me now I feel like they are trying to get her back on the good side. Because like you said before, I think they put Sam and Kate on the hating human side, but they never had those characters really utter that stuff, right? It seems like Kate was doing that out of fear, because even when Kate got hurt, it was like, oh, you got to tell Vought because they're gonna do this, this, and this to you, right? And Sam seemed like he was just kind of brainwashed. So at least now I feel like we've gotten the answer, and they've proven it that they are not like Team Homelander. They were just maybe doing that out of necessity, and it was easier. But to me, you could always change stuff up. When they did everything they did to Kate in the openings episode of taking her arm off, making her take her wig off, having the people like, have her bend over and put something in her, putting the collar on her. To me, that was like a full humiliation of the character in a way where you do feel bad for this person no matter what they've done before. And the fact that the characters did come to help them does help. So to me, it's not just like, oh, she got thrown in jail and then they go and save her, we'll figure it out. This was like, oh, look at what we're putting this character through. And no matter what she's done, you start to feel bad. And you also see like all the scars she has over time, right? A lot of bad shit has already happened to Kate so far. So I think now they've put her on the hero side. And I like that now can be the true redemption path, because I feel like they last season and even this season it was kind of all over the place, right? For one to help out, but then when she got back to school, I get it because they let her die, but she's like, fuck these kids, I'm gonna like whatever, and then she turned again to help them out with the teacher. Like, it's been very wishy-washy. I think now she's with the crew, and I'm liking how they're doing it, and I think Sam will be back with the crew too. Maybe they just did that last season to kind of like put some drama for a cliffhanger, but I think now they should be back all together. And I really like the actress as Kate. I think she does a good job. It's just the stuff. And I continue to really enjoy what they're doing with the powers that she can mind control people, but it's completely like a Yahtzee
That
random.
fucking got me when she is like, the guy walks in and she's pretending to be fake dead and she's like, drop your keys. And she's like, okay. And it fucking got me. I thought, oh, wow, her powers work now. But just that quick cut to him just shanking his fucking skull
Yeah.
with the keys.
I will, thank you. And then the eyeball pops out, or the other one too, and she said like, uncuff me and leave the room, and he just like tasers his dick and everything. Like, I really, I think they'll get back to her powers, but I'm not tired of this joke yet. I like, because it's a joke, but it's also just fun in the scene because you just don't know what's going to happen. I think maybe one episode, maybe two would be pushing it. But I do like, because you just never know what's going to happen, right? Or even then, I'd like if she did that and the person like went to attack her or one of her friends. Like, it should kind of go all over the place. But yeah, that has a layer of unpredictability. And yeah, so at the end of this episode, I guess near the end, everyone goes to save her. The whole time I was like, this is a trap, it's a trap. They open up the the chimney, wherever that is, like some sort of entrance, and it's just paved over, and she's like, see, fucking trap. And then boom, like a smoke grenade pops, and it was, and they literally put him back. And it's funny because we talked about how at the beginning of the season it felt a little easy that they all got out of prison. It kind of feels like this is almost just like episode one of the new season way, right? Because it put them right back in prison and they're having to work together. Like, this feels like the episode that should have happened when we kicked off the season, of them trying to escape out of the prison, but it's just felt
And
like,
I thought that's what we were getting. I thought it immediately cut to like a flashback of
Yeah.
of the end of season one, where okay, they're all arrested, and we're just gonna get the episode of how everything went down. Not
but
the
no,
case.
they were put right back in prison. Like, that's what it was. It was like, yeah, you're in prison, here you go. So that's what's like, okay, that's an interesting choice. So that's where it felt like they wanted to set some new characters up, but really we did want to do a prison breakout episode. And that's the best thing too. When this is happening, they get like, Emma and Kate make this plan. They get out, they go to save Marie, and oh god, who's the person that's
Jordan?
him and her? Jordan. Yeah, they get them, and then Jordan right away is like, okay, there's no guards, something's wrong, alarm goes off. And they bring out this good thing of, well, what if this is what they want us to do? Or what if they're testing? Like, that's the great thing with this facility. You don't know what's going on, of how much they're allowing, how much there's not. But they do reveal that they have Marie's sister, and that's going to be the ploy of. And I actually enjoyed this where Cypher goes, hey, this time you're going to help us out with this. No bullshit this time. You do anything, it's over for your sister, for your friends. This is the very last chance. And I thought, okay, we're going to have like 2 to 3 episodes of Marie doing stuff, hurting people that she doesn't want, and dramatic, like guilty hero. And I'm not saying that's a poor story, but it's just a predictable story. But I like already at the end of this episode, they're breaking out. They're trying to get her out. And when she was dead on the floor, I was like, geez, like I was not expecting that. But then Marie closes her eyes, starts to use her power. Was she like using was it just because they were in the radius of her that the other characters' heads was hurting, or was she
That's
taking
how
some
I
of their?
take it.
Okay,
I took it like I
I
just
wasn't
took it
sure if
as
she was taking some of
overwhelming.
their
It's
like
close. No, it's
life
like
force or
close
something.
close proximity. I'm assuming because the way
Yeah.
I see it is okay, and I could be totally wrong, so don't quote me. She's just controlling the blood and making the blood heal faster, right? And so, I
Mm.
mean, obviously, when she's doing that, everyone else is just fucking hurting their heads. My head was hurting just watching the scene.
So I wasn't sure what was going on there, and then they use all that to heal and bring her sister back. So it's interesting to see what's going to happen there because we have wasn't there just another character this season that was where they brought back from near death, or am I wrong on that? I feel like because wasn't there something we were talking about Cypher healing people or something? I thought we thought about maybe we just speculated with Maria as a baby. I don't know, but yeah, she brings her back, and then that episode ends and fades to black. So they have the sister. Poor sister's just fully getting the "it's over for you" treatment of having no idea and just Cipher in the corner of her house, pretty much abducting her. And well, your sister's an evil soup in their mind, right? We got to help you out. And yeah, fades to black. I think next week we're gonna not the whole episode, but I think the first 10, 15, maybe 20 minutes is going to be like a really action packed episode. I think it's going to be them breaking out. And then I don't know what happens. Are they back on the run? Because I just feel like they
No,
can't go
because
back to the
it's all
school,
it's all
right?
part of Cypher's plan. He's gonna be like, "All right, you did exactly what I wanted you to do.
I
Like this is
guess.
like this was the test. It's
Yeah.
and that's where it's predictable and it's just bothering me. And again, they escaped, and the whole time Jordan's like, "Oh, this is a trap. Don't trust this." And everyone gathers, and it's like, okay, well, Annabeth cut like throat cut. It's 100% like just. It's the training. It's the whole thing. Cypher
Yeah.
just says the entirety of the time. He's like, I wish we could have done this at the school, but now we got to do it here. So as soon as this happened, it's like, okay, well, now he's going to pull them out because this is what he wanted.
Yeah. Which again,
Maria to
I
be
don't like
doing.
because I just feel like then everything that happens in the show, there's three. This will be the fourth instance of just low stakes where something big's really happening, but the way they get out of it's very easy. The speech or like them in prison the first time, Jordan's speech really didn't go anywhere, right? It's like, oh, they just don't know what they're talking about. The big fight last week where it's like, oh, we're maybe gonna kill someone. No, we're not gonna. And now this, it's just that's four big things in a row where the resolution's very easy for our characters because it just feels like, well, we can't kill anyone off because we lost the Andre actor and we got to wait for a finale or something. Because I thought at one point Jordan was gone because when Jordan went into that control room alone, I thought, it's over for them. But interesting fact there when Cypher, I really enjoyed that scene when Cypher gave the rundown to Maria and then went to Jordan and Jordan's like, hey, when you're in control of me, I could feel the pain. I feel like you're in pain all the time. Don't know what's going on with Cypher because it's just like that's going on. We don't know what's happening with this burned, scarred person that's in a tube and in the bathtub. So it's like, does he have some sort
A little
of
voyeur, a little cuck.
yeah? Like, does
Jesus
his eyes were
Christ.
wide when that was going on? But like, does Cypher have some sort of condition that way where his body's gonna break down like that? Because she says you're in pain all the time, so I don't know. But yeah, I can't remember that character's name. I'll get it while you're talking. But it was that character who was maybe I'll just find out now. Let's see, female genius, The Boys. But she's from The Boys, the last season.
Yeah.
Uh,
One
is it
sleeping with the
sis-
deep where she like dumb herself down.
right with the Sister Sage is what the character's name
Mm.
was. What's her real Susan? Okay, yeah, she was with the Deep, and I guess the Deep, can't always be a pleasurable experience. And yeah, she had to dumb herself down, give herself a lobotomy, her brain would heal. But yeah, that's where I felt with Cypher's potential powers of knowing all this stuff. He stabbed himself in the hand, and I don't know if that's gonna same thing we talked. There was something. That's why he has that cup. It's like, why are you gonna stab yourself in the hand? I can't remember what it was, but there's something in that first 3 episode block here. We did talk about with Cypher healing and doing something, and even then, it looks like he could be trying to heal this like burned person up. Like there's something to his powers that I feel that might have something to do that. Maybe that's why he's trying to do something with himself. But yeah, Sister Sage was in here. She's like one of Homelander's like master planners and everything, and they're having some sort of relationship. She's helping him out. That's where I felt between the powers, things going on, and now Sister Sage. I feel like unless he dies, which is very likely, I feel like we'd kind of maybe have to see Cypher at some point in The Boys, but I could be wrong. It might just be a hope. But yeah, what do you think about the storyline? That seemed like, yeah, there's some sort of couple and they're also helping each other out in a way we don't exactly know yet. But yeah, what do you think about this appearance here?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely enjoyed it. I think it's always fun to get these kind of crossover characters popping up in the show, as well as being in the boys. So when she popped in here and her relationship with Cypher, crazy. Got the shout outs to the garden gnome that came back again for this episode. But
Yeah.
yeah, like she's not dumbed herself down. Cypher is obviously
No.
not controlling her, but she's actively just she likes to sleep with Cypher while she stares at this old burn victim guy.
Hell yeah.
Like, well, his father, is what he said, I think, right? So,
Did he? Okay, I missed that then.
I thought he said that because I thought before when he was like talking to Kate, he's like, "My father says hello" or something like that in the previous
Okay.
week's
I
episode.
missed
But
that.
might have to revisit that. Either way, just quite quite a scene. So they clearly both have their own motivation. Well, they have motivations for dealing with this, but they are sharing them, so they're on the same side. And
Yeah.
they clearly are keeping things a secret from Homelander. They don't want Homelander to know about Marie and all that kind of stuff. So it'll be interesting to see how this does unfold. I'm curious, and I'm unsure what's going to happen with this partnership and where it's going to segue. But you're thinking Cypher is one of the boys.
One of the no, I think just be in the boys. No,
Be
like
in the
just the show.
boys.
Yeah, like okay, again, the TV show, not the group. Like I just feel, but I also feel like there's a good chance he could just die in this season, right? Because
I
Marie
see.
literally said like, "Hey, I'm going to show you this ultimate power," and that would make sense of if Cipher lives in this show and he's already working with Sister Sage. I feel like, hey, why is he not going to appear at the boys at all? But that's to me why okay, you kill him off and maybe he's a big bad. So I don't think he's going to live, but I'd like him to because he's an interesting character, and I would love to see him interact with Homelander because I don't
I
like
would too.
because I feel like he would be. I feel like he'd be one of those characters that Homelander has a weakness to that get under his skin, and I feel like he could do that, but he could also just be very loyal. Like the way Sister Sage is pretty loyal to Homelander, right? She might say something gets under his skin, but it's not in a way to offend him. It's a way to be like, "Hey, this is the way it is. You got to change this, or we're gonna lose, or you're gonna lose," right? So it makes him feel inferior. But I remember there was times where they'd have a conversation, and it feel like he would start saying things that Sister Sage would say to be kind of like, "Oh, like." This is how we should do it. It's like, well, that wasn't your idea, Homelander. It was somebody else's, right? So I feel like Cypher could also be that, where he would be an ally. I don't actually know if there'd be a power struggle, but my worry is that he just, yeah, he's gonna die.
I think he could die, and I still do think Jordan will be not making it out of this season. I just have a strong inkling because of all the fake outs of their death. Well, their near death, I guess I should say.
Yeah,
But yeah, I think that there's a chance that they will not make it out at the end because there needs to be some kind of heavy stake. And I mean, I thought they were killing Kate at the beginning of the season, but that didn't happen. So I think that there needs to be some kind of trade off when we get to the end here because not like the first season, everyone can't make it through. I know. Oh my goodness! So the gentleman that passed away, I can't remember his name, his superhero name.
Oh, well, I can't remember his name. Andre was
Andre?
the character's name.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Andre. Yeah, the character's name. So, I mean, I get that they used that event as a narrative moving forward with
yeah, and they
that
called back
character.
that this episode, right? She
They
showed her where he
do.
died, which was like, and also we didn't talk about it. He had a scene with the dad, which I was happy about because that was one of my cons at the beginning was both ways, like just Vaught or them being like, why aren't they sus of this dad? And Cypher knows exactly what's up. He's like, oh, just ask me what you want
Well,
to know, you know?
but I mean, like, I don't think Cypher knew it originally, but the
No, but he
dad
sussed
goes
it
in
out.
there, and then the dad, like, and it was so predictable and easy to suss out because the dad's like, "Oh, so how do you do all
Yeah.
your training with Marie?
Yeah,
What's
it
your
wasn't the most
focus? What
smoothest.
about Emma? Da, da, da. And then he's just laying it out, plain as day, and so that kind of bothered me. I wish he played his cards right a
Yeah.
bit more, but I like when he, the knife goes up and he's just like threatening him, like, what about my son? And they talk about failed experiment, all that kind of stuff. Didn't work out.
Which I am
But
curious why he just like, I want to see more because when he is just like, oh, do it, and he doesn't do it, I still am kind of at this point like, why wouldn't he just do it? You know, like he's gonna be on the run soon enough.
maybe Cypher was controlling. I mean, it's all headcanon. Maybe Cypher was controlling him and making him realize that he couldn't go through with it. Maybe he was going to send the knife up and actually kill him, but maybe Cypher took control of him last minute because Polarity is just not able to move the whole time, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, no, I don't know. And then obviously he was having like another seizure again. So I think that to me is just the thing where it's like if he has a short amount of lifespan and these seizures might catch up to him, then I mean it's like, well, just take this fucking guy out, you know, just you know, avenge your son. Obviously, we'll see he has maybe a greater role to play. I think that's my only hang up as far as the characters like Jordan going, is just because they lost Andre. I don't know if they want to lose another character. If this show is ending with season 2 and they don't plan on doing more, and maybe some of these characters move over to the boys, which I actually don't think will happen other than cameos, then sure. But if they plan on doing more seasons, I don't think they want to lose another main character right now. If
Mm.
anyone loses, I think it will be the dad. He'll do like a sacrifice play. And I do agree with you. I think if even though they've been through enough, if it was one of the kids or the students that was talking to Cypher this way, you might believe like, you're kind of dumb, untrained. But the dad, like, he just asked him was obvious, like, oh, she's so powerful. How did you do that? And then even when he's like, oh, you just want to, you know, oh, he says something like, oh, you really want to know about me because you've been going around the college asking for my paperwork and asking all these my employees personal questions. And then when he's like, oh, but just continue on, the dad still like talks to him in a way that sounds very fake. He's like, oh, I just want to know. Like Cypher clearly just like laid all the cards on the table. Like if he's already saying, hey, I know you're asking a bunch of people around me, he knows like you're up to something else. So I wish that scene was played a little bit differently. Or honestly, I just wish that they sat down and were having a normal conversation and Cypher opened up with, oh, I hear that you're doing a lot of digging into me. And that's it. Then you make the dad look less bad because you're like, oh shit, he got caught with his pants down, but it's not because he overplayed his hand by being like, so how are you so good at trading Marie? It's like, well, now he like, I don't know, just it felt a little easy. But yeah, when he stabbed his hand and then put it in his steak, that was a good little
What a
intimidation scene there.
shot.
Yeah.
Jeez.
So yeah, again, I really continue to like the Cypher character and what he's up to and stuff. And he's always ahead of somebody and see what's gonna happen when someone's ahead of him. So,
Yeah.
is there anything we have? We talked about Sam. We talked about Emma with that dude. We'll see what happens there. They didn't kiss. We talked about Kate. We talked about Marie's sister there. I do like that. That's the other thing too. There's two things. One, the Jordan and Cypher stuff, they were definitely trying to invoke like a sexual assault as far as like going through that experience, which
Mm-hmm.
I thought made sense because it's someone literally controlling your body. But again, what I worried about last week, which they didn't do, I like that when the episode opened, it was Jordan being so mad that he or she could not stop him, that they made him do it. I was so worried it was going to be like, you almost killed me, what were you doing out there? Like it was in a situation where Marie had to do that to stop her life. And true, she did go overboard, but she's new with her powers, right? So I like that. Yeah, there was some tension, but it wasn't necessary that they were just so mad with each other and was like, well, don't talk to me for an episode. It was like they're just both mad at, okay, fuck Cypher, we got to take him out now. I like that was it, because there easily could have been a whole 2 episode arc of, oh, I don't really trust Marie now, she almost killed me and look how powerful she is. Now I feel like I'm more warranted that at the end of this episode when Marie might have almost popped their heads by just trying to heal somebody. I don't know if they'd be mad, but maybe bring up some concern of, hey, like maybe you don't do that again because you could have maybe killed all 3 of us. You know, it's like, great, you want to save
Yeah.
your sister. So that to me I feel like is more tension building because it's Marie making that choice versus Marie was like defending herself in the situation, right? Like you don't know what was going to happen. So I liked all that, but I don't think I have any more notes. Do you?
Mm. No, I think we covered it. 'Cause, yeah, we talked about Sam, talked about Elmira and all that. So I can't think of anything else.
Yeah, no big gross out this episode. I feel like they said, which I think is always good in Boys and Gen V, where you can have an episode last week where Emma's in the toilet bowl and Cypher sits down, you see everything, and then this week none of that's like, there's still gross stuff, but none of that's really, it's not the humorous stuff, and especially when you're introducing the prison and Marie's sister, I think it's a better route to go more serious. So I do appreciate it. Of course, I like those yucks, but sometimes you don't want the show to go too overboard. So
Yeah, for sure.
yeah. All right, well, there you go. We'll be back next week to talk about episode 6, see what happens with the Gaz prison, see what's going on with Andre's dad, and all the stuff. So, yeah, we'll be back next week. If you have any theories or anything we missed, let us know in the Discord or the Patreon, YouTube, Twitter, all that stuff. And, yeah, we'll be back next week. And I promise you, it'll not be boring.